Hello friends, welcome to everyone on my channel Story Station. Today, I'm brought to you on another new interesting episode of r/AmITheA hole. Before starting the video, if you are new on my channel, please subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get my upcoming video notification first. So let's start the video. Story posted by AmITheA hole Will. Would I be the ray-hole for sucking up to my racist pose grandpa to get his inheritance? My grandpa is a jerk. He has a swastika tattoo on his right shoulder. He hates my dad because he is not good enough for my mom. He is black, and because he is a stay-at-home dad. He disowned my mom for marrying a monkey. The only member of the family he likes is me because I'm his only legitimate heir since I'm white. I hate my grandpa. When I was younger and he used to visit, he would always spout some anti-black or anti-Jew or anti-Mexican propaganda. He would also loudly say how much he hated my monkey dad. However, he is a rich jerk. I don't know exactly how much money he has, but he lives like a king. Since he disowned my parents, not a cent of the money found its way to us. We are poor. He just got diagnosed with cancer and he will die in 9 months. I want to say good riddance and the world is a better place. However, he announced that he is writing his will, and I want to be on it. My plan is to visit him in the hospital every day until he dies. I will listen to his stupid worldviews and racist comments. I will agree with him and express my own hate. This will be a lie, of course. I will talk BS about white supremacy, etc. Then I'll be in his will and inherit a ton of money, which will pay for my college. I'll also give some to my parents. My mom is all for it, but my is against it, saying he doesn't want me around that pose. Tell me Reddit, would I be the a-hole if I sucked up to my a-hat grand sperm donor to get into his will? Redditors gives the best suggestion to the OP on this situation. Not the a-hole. Go for it and earn some money. Yeah, he is a piece of crap, but it's totally worth being around him every now and then for a slice of the pie. I mean, yes, the a-hole, but please be Machiavellian about this. Get the inheritance, don't piss it away. As a final act of revenge, donate some money to a couple of charities that help minorities in his name. Doesn't even have to be a large amount. I don't have a judgment on this, but I would be careful about your father's feelings. He's already had to put up with so much from that man that I imagine watching his son buddy up to the guy and pretend to be racist could be pretty heart-wrenching. The money isn't worth it if it hurts someone you care about. Just my thoughts. Not the a-hole. Do it, suck the money out of it, and as a final duck give some of the money to BLM and anti-racist charities/organizations. Not the a-hole. Consider what he might do with the money if you tell him to eat a black dick. He could easily donate it to a hate group or something like that. Better it should end up in your hands. Yes, the a-hole. But in this case, that's not such a bad thing. When it's all said and done, you should donate some of that money to the Southern Poverty Law Center or another group that could put some of that money to good use helping other minorities. Not the a-hole, but I'm confused. You said I'm his only legitimate heir since I'm white, but if your father is black that means you're half black. Are you sure your grandfather isn't playing you? So far he's disowned your mother and has never helped out financially. How likely is he to leave you a penny? Your grandfather hates black people. This is a lot more complicated than posters are making it, and I think you know that, which is why you made this post. Your GPA definitely sounds like an a-hole. However, how do you truly feel about lying to somebody with intention of exploiting them on their deathbed? When you phrase it like that, it sounds pretty awful, doesn't it? There seems to be a reoccurring theme on AmITheA hole where person 1 does asshole thing, so is person 2 an a-hole for doing an a-hole thing back. This all depends where your own personal standards of ethics are. Your GPA's bar is low, but does that then justify lowering your own? And here's a plot twist: what if during this time with him in his final moments you realize he's a flawed human being, but with other redeeming qualities? Maybe you'll get a glimmer into where his worldviews came from and what provoked his fear and anger. That would make the whole scenario real tricky, wouldn't it? You possibly would be the a-hole. Now, OP have added something. Edit. If I get the money I will give 25% to charities, 25% to my dad, 25% for my mom, and 25% to me to help pay for college. Edit. I have white skin, so I pass as white. I believe that is what my grand-sperm donor means. Edit. I have taken your advice and talked to my dad about it more. I explained that I only wanted the money to improve our quality of life. He's not quite convinced, but he's warming up to it, especially when he found out that I'd want to find some way to donate some money to charity. I've decided that I won't suck up to my grand-sperm donor without my dad's blessing, and if I get the money we will decide how to use it as a family. I'll post an update once we decide what to do. Update. Would I be the a-hole for sucking up to my racist pose grandpa to get his inheritance? Thank you. So I got a ton of responses from my OP. Most people said not the a-hole, or yes the a-hole but justified. Although I did get a few actual yes the a-holes. However, you guys also gave me some great information and advice about how to move forwards with this and keep my relationship with my father intact, most of which I used. Thanks for all that. What I did, as suggested, the day after I made the post I had a long talk with my dad about how much I loved him and my black heritage. I told him I would share the money I got with both him and my mom, as they deserved it, as well as use it for uni. But I made it clear that I would not move forwards with my plan unless I had his blessing, which he gave me. As you guys suggested, I did not visit my grandpa every day, but only 1-2 times a week, as not to arouse suspicion. I also tried to steer any conversations I had with him away from racism, as that kind of talk could hurt those around me, such as the nurses and the other patients. We instead talked about his life, and that was interesting, because I can no longer hate him. Instead, I pity him. He had a sucky life, and it isn't his fault he's a racist. That's just how he grew up. I learned other stuff about him as well, but the main thing I learned was he wasn't just a racist, or a boomer, or an a-hole, or an rich, lonely old man. He was, insert his name here. He was a person, and a nice one at that. Aftermath. Anyways, he died 3 weeks ago. Some kind of complication with something. I was planning on skipping the funeral, but I went anyways. It felt wrong to have bonded with him so much and then miss my chance to pay my respects. My parents thought I was crazy, but they don't understand. The will reading was shorter than I expected. Just some legal mumbo jumbo. He didn't have as much money as I though he did. Most of it wasn't liquefied assets or something. But I got a house, couple thousand in cash that I can't touch till I'm 25, and some valuable stocks and bonds. It won't affect my life right now, but it will give me a huge boost in the future. That's really it. I feel like these past 3 months have been a kind of journey for me. Seeing inside of the head of a racist will have forever changed me and my outlook on life. I'm glad that you /Sasquatch8649 suggested that I really talk with him and try to understand him, because it did help me a lot. That's really it. Thanks for the help, Reddit. You know what? If nothing else, this whole thing has been a journey and an education. I'm glad you and your family made a decision you are all at peace with. Please consider sharing this experience on a larger platform. People are racist in part B/C, they are taught to hate, and some are just assholes. Understanding your grandfather, who was absolutely vile to your parents, and why he spewed such vitriol. Now focus on how that attitude can be changed going forward. What could have happened in his youth that would have changed his view? Again, not a demand, just a request to consider. You sound like a person with a lot to offer. I don't mean financially either. This is the most mature thing I have ever read on the internet, which generally does not tolerate nuance. Life is full of nuance. Good for you, kid. Your grandfather gave you an incredible gift, insight, and you gave him one too, presence. I'm sure that gift he gave you will serve you forever. I'm really proud of you. I'm glad you were able to find peace and humanity in your grandpa, but he was still a racist. The thing with people who are racist is that they can be kind people with histories, shitty experiences, and trauma themselves. They can be both human and racist and incapable of seeing the humanity in others. It is amazing when we can condemn someone's words and actions, but understand why they do the things they do. I'm sorry for your loss, but glad you were able to have such a meaningful and eye-opening experience. Once you move from hatred and anger to pity for people like this, it is so empowering and allows for genuine change to happen. I'm glad you got to know him better, but reading through your previous post, your grandpa was racist. More racist than most racists, in fact. Be careful with your sympathy towards him around your parents, or he could end up hurting them a few more times through you. Thanks for update. Story posted by AmITheA hole throwaway 841. Am I the a-hole for making fun of a girl for her dad's 9/11 death? I go to college in New York State. I'm Muslim. I was very young when 9/11 happened, as were the rest of the people in my year. There's a girl in one of my classes whose father was in the World Trade Center. He died. Of course, this is very sad, and I pity the man, but not her. She's extremely racist. She hates everyone who isn't white or East Asian. But she especially hates Muslims due to her father's passing. So of course, we don't talk. But today, September 11th, was the day she exploded. I was wearing a hijab. She told me I should take it off out of respect for the victims, and that it was the equivalent of a hat. I said no. She said that you Muslims did this. You need to take off the hijab to show respect. I obviously told her no. Then she went on a very long Islamophobic rant that I can't entirely recall because this was hours ago. But I remember she concluded by saying that Islam took away her father, so she wants to take away Islam. I'm still confused as to what she meant. She made a few comments towards me, and I went on my phone to de-escalate. She made more comments. I kept ignoring her. But then she said, "Yeah, you're not responding because you know I'm right." I don't know why that set me off, but it did. I told her no, I'm just busy texting my dad. She left the room in tears. My classmates are saying that she was in the wrong, but what I said was unnecessarily cruel. Now, I don't think I'm the a-hole. BC, she started it. All I did was finish it. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole? Yes, I'm aware I have spelling mistakes. I speak Arabic at home. Redditors gives the best suggestion to the OP on this situation. Can't believe how much people are defending the racist one. So because her dad died she's entitled to be racist when she's having a bad day. No. I say not the a-hole. She deserved it. And if she does this again, I say bring up how dead her dad is again. Not the a-hole. The crimes of people masquerading as Muslims aren't on you, a college kid. Live your life according to your convictions and move on. This girl needs therapy. You said what you said because she was being a racist and she backed you into a corner. Not the a-hole. The title had me mad, but then I read the post. You did not make fun of her. You snapped at her in frustration at the way she was treating you. 9/11 was an awful day for all of America, and it does stand to reason that today would especially hard for her since she lost her dad. That said, it doesn't mean you or anyone else should take her racist abuse today or any other day. You are not responsible for the acts of individuals who happen to share the same religion, and in this case it is a perversion of that religion anyway. Not the a-hole. Someone like that deserves to be put in their place. I was leaning towards Ish, but honestly duck racists and xenophobes. She had it coming. Not the a-hole. She's old enough to know better. And if 9/11 is too traumatic for her, she should stay home and grieve, not show up at school and rant at a random Muslim. No deserves to be denigrated. Not the a-hole. Normally I'd go ESH with your early being justified, but I understand how much Islamophobia probably hurts you on a daily basis. 9/11 hurts for everyone, especially for those that lost people. But it probably feels a bit like sitting on a powder keg wondering if someone is going to light a match for you. She doesn't get a pass. Not the a-hole. Yes, what you said was slightly cruel, but if she really thinks all Muslims are all the same, she should think about what good things Muslims have done for humanity, and the fact that she has to shame you for following your culture is just wrong. And the Islam took away my father, So I wanna take away Islam is just so racist. They didn't take away her father. Those 4 assholes took away her father. And if that very person that was racist is reading this comment right now, know that those 4 very people are resting in hell, where they belong. Now, OP have added something. Edit. For everyone wondering, the professor was out of the room. He'd already given us our lecture. So friends, how did you like today's story? Comment below, and if you find the video interesting, then like and share this video. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, press the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon, because I keep making videos like this. So friends, that's all in today's video. I meet you again in new video with new story. Till then, take care of your and keep watching the story station.